Natalia, and welcome back to Unfiltered Fashion Talks. Today, I have one of my lovely friends with us. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Andrea Weil. I am a fashion designer and a self-taught accessory designer. And I'm here with Natalia because we're going to talk about how I started everything. So,
Yes. Also, don't mind the sirens in the background. We love New York.
we love New York. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Lovely. So we actually met back in school at FIT. Well, technically in Italy.
Yeah,
At
Polimora.
which was the greatest year of my freaking life.
It was crazy. I miss
yeah.
it so much.
Oh my god, I miss it so much. But yeah, so we were doing fashion design together, but now you do accessory design.
I know.
So give us, that little transition, because that was...
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but I'm from El Salvador, and I moved when I was 18 to California to study
Right.
fashion design, and that's what I always wanted to do. That's why I met Natalia to
Right.
continue my studies in Italy, and actually I had a certificate in apparel construction
Right.
that I did in California, in San Francisco, but I wanted to transfer to FIT, so that's why I went to Polimora, and by the end of the year, I had some free time, right?
Yeah.
So my mom and my sister were coming to
Right.
visit, to just tourist around,
Yeah.
and then I had free time, and I wanted to make myself a bag.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, let's just make it. And there was so much like leather in the school,
Which is crazy.
which is crazy. Like
Literally.
I really think nobody, like not like any of the ones from our class knew.
Oh, no, I did not know
Yeah,
at all.
like-
And then you were making all these things, and I was like,
I know, like
where was that
where
all
was
year?
that? I know, I had no clue until like the end of the semester. There was no one in our floor.
Right.
And then I love to talk, so I went
Yup.
downstairs and I was talking with the people, which oh my god, they're amazing. Literally, the people that work at Polimora
Are
are
the best.
exceptional.
Yeah.
Seriously. And oh my god, remember that guy that was teaching us like the first?
Yes.
So yeah, I was talking with Massimo. He was like the guy from the first floor, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, we have all of this leather. And I went into the back room and I was just like, holy shit. Can I
Yep.
curse?
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
I was like, oh my god, like this is a treasure.
Yeah.
So, and then I also saw, because on the first floor was all of the master people from accessory design,
Right.
leather technology, which is like leather and bags and shoes. And there were so many scraps, and I was like, this is gonna go to waste? I was like, no, I can make myself a bag out of that.
It's crazy.
So I took those scraps and I made the bag, and now I'm here making accessories.
That's so crazy.
I know, it's crazy because I swear when I started, I never even thought about it.
Which is so weird, because, like, I could so see that for you from the beginning.
Really?
Like, you've always been, like, just a very well-accessorized person.
Thank you. I know. I always got that, and it's
Yeah.
funny because I never thought about it before.
Right.
And I think it's because, like, when you're doing something and you're so, like, centered, like, in a box of what you're doing, that
Yeah.
you kind of, like, miss
Yeah.
other things that you could be working on. So when I saw that leather, I was like, I just started having all of these ideas, and I was like, oh my god. And then I met this guy who is like, he was, unfortunately, because he passed away, but he was like the right hand for like the leather technology section, and we just started talking. He's like, do you want to make yourself a pair of shoes? And I was like, what?
Oh my god, I remember those shoes.
I know.
Those
I
are
was like,
insane.
thank you so much. I swear. He was like, yeah, just make something simple. And I was like, okay. And it was not simple, but
No.
he came and he's like, I actually like them a lot. I fuck with them, so let's do it. And
That's so cool.
I know, it was so cool. That was life-changing for me because
Yeah.
he worked a lot with a lot of people in the master sections, and he was like, Andrea, like, you're actually talented. Like, you should actually keep doing this.
Yeah.
And it just like triggered me, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I went into the back room, I bought like 100 pieces of leather. I swear to god, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, but I was just like, I'm gonna buy all this leather and I'm gonna make myself bags. And
That's so funny.
yeah, I swear, I was just like, I had limitless.
Yeah.
It was just so many ideas. So yeah, that's how it happened. And then I came back to New York. We were still going to school at FIT, and mind you, I was like, not free time, because we never had free time at school.
Free time does not exist.
Does not exist.
Does not exist.
Okay, does not exist. So I don't know from what time or like from where I was doing these bags, because then I just started doing these wallets, and then my friends were seeing it, and they were like, oh, I want to buy one, and then I'm just like, okay, let me make more.
Right.
Yeah, so after that, was COVID.
Yeah.
And right before COVID, I had an internship here in Manhattan, and I wasn't too pleasant with it. I've had internships before, and I really don't like so much like the infrastructure of the fashion industry.
Yeah.
And I always knew I wanted to be my own boss.
Right.
But we're afraid because we think like you have to go through so many steps for you to like become someone or like know stuff in the industry. And when it was COVID, I had so much thinking, like so much time for me to like actually ask myself, what is it that I really wanted?
Right.
Without being afraid, without thinking like, oh, I need to do this to get there. And just be like, don't be afraid. Like, what is it that you want to do? Like, it doesn't matter. If someone asked me today and they were like, we'll give you anything. Like, what do you want? I was like, I want to be my own boss.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Let's just do that.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Just like Natalia.
Yeah, no, we literally did it at the same time.
I know.
Basically.
Well,
I guess I started a little before. But it was like the same thing for me, though. I was
Yeah.
just like, well, I'm back in Indiana. I've got nothing to lose because I've already lost it, I feel like, so
Yeah.
might as well just go for it.
Yeah, when was it that you decided that you were like, okay, let's do this?
Honestly, it was like before the end of the school year. Like, when the semester was wrapping up, I was already thinking about it because I was like, well, I'm about to graduate.
Yeah.
Because I already hadn't applied for the bachelor's because I was like, I'm not trying to do that right now.
Same.
So I was like, well, I'm not in New York anymore. There's nothing for me to do out here in the fashion world, so it's like, what the heck am I gonna do with my life? I don't want to like just work some random job to make money, so it's like, well, I can start a brand. That's all I can do, and like that's always been my end goal. But like I just thought that I would have to like work in the industry for a few years and like build your way up or whatever.
Build your way up.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what good would that have actually done for me before starting my? You know what I mean? Like, how much can you really learn? Like, you could just start and then learn as you go, too.
That's exactly what I thought. I was just like, if I'm gonna be having a fucking sucky time working for someone, why I don't just have a sucky time for myself and my friends?
Exactly. I'm like, not that it would be wasting time, because I'm sure you'd learn a lot from people, but like, those are like years that you could be working on yourself, too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know. That's how I saw it, too.
That's
so
how I see it still.
Yeah, and like, thank God for the pandemic, because I don't think I would have seen it that way. Which, like, I feel bad saying that, because obviously it was so bad for so many people, but like,
I agree.
And it was for me, too, but that was like a really good thing that came out of it for me.
Yeah, to be honest, when people ask me about COVID, like, I know it was a terrible time, but it helped me grow so much.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, like, to my close friends, and like, you see, like, for you and like for me, and I swear, if I wouldn't have had that me time, like, seriously, just me in my room, I wouldn't have thought, what was it that I really wanted without being afraid? Because I couldn't go back home, by the way.
Right.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay, I'm stuck here, and this is gonna, who knows when this is gonna go away or pass, whatever. Yeah. And I didn't apply for any jobs in the fashion industry. I was so sure I wanted to do my own shit. Yeah. And I called my friends and I was like, you know what? I want to do this. And it's funny because, like, even right now that I'm talking about it, I'm not even focusing on that because I was just in the flow. Like, how is it that I've been studying fashion design for 5 years and then all of a sudden I am an accessory designer with no background at all?
Yeah, because it's like a completely different field. Like,
it's
yes, you're
another
sewing,
animal.
but like sewing leather is not the same thing as like sewing apparel. Like the patterns are completely different. Like everything's so different.
Like it's a different animal.
It really is.
And sometimes I feel like I have to make that like remind people that because people are like, oh, you're in fashion design, but it's completely like fabric is not the same as leather.
Not at all.
Even if you're sewing with fabric, a bag is like the seam allowances, and I think that's why I loved it so much because I had no clue about it.
Yeah, it was like something new.
It was something new, and it was like my baby. You know, like when so I went for fashion design, so I was being taught all of these years.
Right.
And when you're in the class, you're kind of like, it's funny because I look back and I don't know if you remember, but every time we had an assignment and they would be like, oh, you have to do like a cutout, like a dress. I would do like an asymmetrical dress or something, or like the pants or something, and they had like a little corset or something, and I'm just like, I don't know, I was going to school kind of like to feel that I was worthy enough to be like, okay, I can do this. Like, if a teacher is telling me I can do this, then I can.
Do it. Yeah, I feel that.
And every time a teacher would do something like an assignment, I wouldn't do it. So I'm just like, okay, I'm being a rebel here for no reason. Like, I might as well just do it in my house.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I feel like that's why I was so interested and so into doing accessories, because no one was telling me how to do it.
Yeah.
I was trying to find everything, and you know, I love playing with my hands. Like, I love ripping things apart. Like, since I'm a little girl, I'm doing that shit, and I love it because I'm like, oh, what an idiot, and I swear I laugh. Like, I don't have a bad time. I'm just like, oh, now I know how to do it.
Yeah.
And then I do it. I'm like, it's perfect.
Right.
And it's fun. I'm not hard on myself on that one.
That's so good, because I definitely am.
No, and trust me, like, I'm a bit hypocritical right now, because I'm like, sometimes I really am,
because you have to be too.
But when it comes to accessories, I do it most with clothing. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I think it's also because, like, I don't know, for me, I think of, like, what professors would have said to me if they saw my work. Sometimes I, like, send stuff out to people. I'm like, oh my god, if a professor saw this, maybe they would think it's awful. And I'm like, maybe not actually, but I have that so ingrained in my head of, like, professors' thoughts on things.
That
I'm
is
like,
crazy. And I completely understand that.
Yeah.
And I swear, I feel that's why so many amazing designers, because you don't need to be known to be a designer.
No, not at all.
Exactly, because, you know, like, when I graduated, I was like, oh yeah, I studied fashion design. I'm like, no, I'm a designer. Right. You know?
Yeah, it took me so long to accept that. Like, when people ask me what I do for a living, like,
I know, right?
It's so hard for me to say I'm a fashion designer.
Yeah.
Because that sounds so, like, bougie and, like, very up there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, like,
and I'm like, I don't think I deserve that title yet.
Oh, what billboard are you?
I know, I'm like, I don't feel like I deserve that title, but, like, that's what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
But it just sounds so, like, when I say that, I don't know.
Exactly. You don't need to have, like, followers or, like, be in a store or whatever.
It's
like,
crazy, though.
I feel like when I was graduating, before graduating, I also, you know, this, like, how they say, like, the fashion industry. And I don't know you, but when I say that, I feel like, oh, they mean, like, corporate. Like, working
that's
for
what
a
I
brand
feel
or
like
whatever.
too, yeah.
But also, the fashion industry is in the school.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like teachers and just the way the culture is, it kind of makes you very scared.
It does.
Like,
it's very cutthroat.
Yeah, it's very cutthroat, and it makes you think. I don't know how to say it. Wait, let me. You're gonna have to cut out. But
that's
like,
okay.
What I'm like, you know what I'm trying to say is that it makes you so self-conscious of who you are and what you want to do.
Oh my god, so self-conscious.
Yeah, and you're just like thinking, because you're being taught every day how to do things, right?
Yeah.
And you have to do it this way. And like, for example, I remember I had an amazing professor. He was amazing at what he did, like his art, but the way he would say some things in classes, it would really subconsciously like scare me. He'd be like, excuse me, like, if you don't know the 2003 John Galliano fashion show, like, what are you doing in my class?
And then, like, who's that?
And
I'm like, I know who that is. But
I know exactly.
But it took me a while to know who that is. I'm like, I don't know everything.
And I swear to God, I was like, oh my god, I don't know so much shit. Like,
me
what?
too.
After I had been, like, for 4 years studying fashion design and knowing I'm a good designer, I'm just like, you're just like, fuck. And subconsciously, all of these little things and thinking, like, for example, that you have to stay. I would stay at FIT until 2 a.m.
I never did that. I went home.
Yeah, you know, like,
I never went to the labs at FIT.
I always went to the labs.
That's so funny.
In my head, being a 2 a.m. student, it was like you're making, like, and you know, it's true. Sometimes you have to put in the work, but just having this mentality that fashion is hard and that fashion is like unapproachable, and like you have to work for someone to have a brand, or you have to work for someone to become someone in 20 fucking years or 10 years. Like, that whole mentality, it just started to break down. And I noticed all of that when I saw my talent and when I was alone. And I started to actually see other people that inspired me.
Right.
That, like, you and other people, it's like, you don't need anyone to come and tell you you can do this and that. Because, like, look at me. Honestly, the fact that I started to do accessories, like, maybe 8 months after, I kind of, like, said, like, wait, actually, I never studied this, but like I'm doing it. Like I don't need anyone to come and tell me, and do this, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's crazy, and you do it so well.
Thank you, Mom.
Literally, I still don't know how you do it.
Me
It
too.
looks so professional.
Thank you so much.
Like all the time, I'm always like, did she really make that herself? Like, there's no way. Like, I swear some legit bags and stores don't look that good sometimes.
I know, right?
Like,
I swear. And I think
crazy.
that's something good because I'm a Virgo. I'm a perfectionist, okay? So, and I think also that comes a lot from my mom.
Yeah.
So, when growing up, my mom, she was always doing centerpieces with, like, artificial flowers and, like, putting these beautiful details. And subconsciously, it was always in my mind that you could work with your hands without having any background. Like I swear, I look back and I'm just like, wow, my mom like really taught me that, and just being like, she's just making something out of nothing,
right?
So just doing that with my bags and just not knowing and how to do things, it kind of helps you build your own criteria and your own world of how you can make things happen.
Yeah. Right? No, I love that. I think, like, the cool thing about making stuff, especially, like, to order and all that, just, like, making stuff with your hand is, like, the coolest thing ever. To, like, have a finished product, send it out, and be like, oh my god, I literally made that.
I know, right?
Like, it's literally, I don't know. Sometimes I look at a piece I made, I'm like, did I really do that?
Oh, that's so cute.
Like, not even, like, I think that it's that great, but sometimes I'm just like, how did that come from nothing?
Yeah.
Like, how does that even work?
I know.
It's so crazy.
We need to remind ourselves more about that.
Yeah, I really do, because I tend to forget, and I'm so hard on myself about it. But
yeah, it's funny. Like, sometimes I meet people, and, like, I show what I do, and I feel like sometimes people don't believe me, and I'm just like...
Because it's so legit.
Thank you, but it's a lot of work,
It
you
is.
know? You just,
oh my god,
like, I swear, like, the first bag obviously doesn't look like the one I'm doing right now, obviously, and sometimes I'm like, fuck, like, I wish I was doing more and whatever, but it's a learning process.
It is.
And I honestly, it has taken me so long, and I'm still working on it, but the beauty is in the process.
It really is.
And enjoying the now. Because, girl, let me tell you, I would, like, put myself down so much
me
for that.
Too.
Yeah, now we're here.
I know, now we're here.
Now we're here.
Which is so crazy.
I know.
So crazy. Where do you, like, see your brand in the next few years? I've never asked you that. Like, what are your, like, I don't know, I feel like you don't have to have it planned out, but, like,
I kind of do.
Like, I feel like everyone does, but, like,
you know
no pressure to, like, say that. But
I am not like that, though.
I feel like you're not.
I actually thought about that yesterday, which
really?
is crazy to me. And I was not thinking about
so
this podcast.
That's
I know,
so
right?
Funny.
That's funny. Like, what really inspires me a lot, and that's why I love New York, is meeting people, knowing their stories. And the people that I look up to, which are mostly singers, like Rosalia, Juicy Bay, Nati Peluso, J Balvin, all of these Latin singers, and their story and the power and the force they have, it just inspires me a lot.
Yeah. So
I really see myself dressing them. And, like,
honestly, I see that.
I know, right? Because most of the times that I see these people that I'm, like, looking on YouTube or whatever, and I'm just like, wow, it's like maybe a video. Yeah. It's like a crazy video. And I'm just like, okay, then. I want them to wear my stuff in their videos, or, like, I don't know, going out, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a video, but I just want them to be wearing my stuff, and mostly because they like it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I could definitely see that for you.
I know. Thank you. Hopefully.
Oh my gosh, of course. You just have that vibe. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, you just have, like, that cool girl vibe.
Oh, thank you.
Like, it's the best way I can think of it, and I don't know what a better word would be, but it's, like, I don't have that vibe with my brand. I don't think my stuff's not cool, but I feel like I just have more of, like, the cute girl vibe.
Yeah, and
which I hate sometimes.
What? No, that's why I think that's why it's really literally about Natalia, guys.
I know,
like,
but
you see something about her and you're like, that's so Natalia.
But it's like,
and that's the most important thing. You know?
I feel like so many times I've tried to, like, I want to be like the hot girl sometimes, but I feel like I'm always sucked into cute girl. Like, no matter what I do or what I wear, it's always cute. And I'm like, damn it.
You're like, I
just want to be older. Like, I'm freaking almost 22.
No,
but I feel like everybody still is like, oh my god, are you like 15? I'm like, no. Oh my god. But it's fine.
It's the jeans, girl.
Yeah, but now I just, we roll with it. I'll go for the cute girl aesthetic, but I feel like you have like the cool girl vibe.
Thank you.
You
But
know?
I know what you mean, and I think it's like you know, it's a process.
Yeah.
Because even though I swear sometimes I look back on my style, and it's funny, today I was thinking about it because I was like, I'm probably gonna have this conversation with Natalia.
Right.
But like since I was a little girl, I was like choosing very weird stuff.
Right.
But then sometimes I look at my style and I have stages.
Oh yeah, me
where
too.
I'm like trying stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it also depends on like the people you're surrounded with.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The where you live.
Yes.
What you're into.
Like
Yeah.
me in high school and wearing like super like Christian girl autumn vibes, like.
Oh my god. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, you see, it's like we all have.
And then like in Italy, I feel like we all dress differently than when we
Yeah.
did in New York, and then you know.
I feel like I kind of like yeah. I definitely had like.
I feel like I had a slight change.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it's a different
definitely.
vibe.
Definitely yes. When I moved to Italy, I had a change.
Oh yeah, me too.
I was living in San Francisco. Like, I'm sorry if you're from there, but boring ass city. Like,
And I was in freaking Indiana, so I was like, whole shit. I went into like all black, and I was like, I've never felt more alive. Like, I loved it.
no, I know what you mean about black. And
yeah,
you know, it's like,
I love it.
yeah, I love black. Like,
Yeah, it's the best.
yeah, it's the best. It's so chic.
It is. You can never go wrong.
It's sexy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
simple and effortless. I'm like, wow, why did I never do this before? I was
Yeah.
so colorful in high school. And then you see like all my pictures in
really?
Italy, and I'm like wearing like all black all the time, and I'm like,
Yeah, you do.
dang.
And like nude tones too. Right?
Yeah,
I
like I'm a
remember
very
that.
neutral person. I don't really like colors. Like my closet is like so stripped of color now. Like I have some like pinks and reds, and like that's all. I've like kind of incorporated green a little bit more this year because it's been like such a popular color. So I feel like I had to for my brand and stuff. So that means like I have stuff in my closet for it. But other than that, it's like black, white, pink, red, and that's it for me.
It's funny because like I'm the same. Like I'm wearing collars today.
Yeah, I'm like you're very colorful.
Yeah, I'm very colorful, but I mostly love black.
Yeah, but I do feel like you're like the pop of color kind of person. Not like the
so?
super colorful kind of
Yeah.
person. You know
Pop,
what I mean?
I'm the pop.
Like,
of
there's a
color.
difference.
Oh my god, I love that you say that.
Yeah.
Because I actually, I hadn't like thought about that. That's so true.
Yeah, you're like the neutrals, but then pop of color. Because then there's
Definitely.
people that literally just wear straight up just a bunch of color and can work
true.
it. I could never.
I could never. I see it in people and I'm like, it's so cute.
Right, but I would look like a clown. Or a
Yeah,
5-year-old.
I feel like it's not my vibe too.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
look at it and I'm just like, it's cute, but it's not so
Right.
much my vibe.
Like, it's cute for you.
Yeah,
Not for
definitely.
me. Yeah.
I saw these really cute shoes yesterday,
Mhm.
and I was like, they're pink, and they were so cute, and I'm just like, yeah, but I'm not really gonna wear them, so.
Yeah,
bye.
no, I do that all the time too. Even with
Right.
like accessories and like cute bags, I'm like, oh my gosh, it'd be a cute like statement bag. I'm like, do I
Yes.
ever wear statement
Do I
bags?
ever wear that?
Do I ever
Yeah.
wear anything other than my black purse? Absolutely not. Like,
I know.
why would I do that to myself?
That's
It's
true.
funny.
That's why, I don't know. It's cool that we're designers because
Yeah.
if we don't see something, we make it.
I know. Thank
Like,
God. I
yeah.
could never imagine not being able to make clothes.
I know, right?
Like, that
I'm
would
literally,
suck.
I'm making, so my birthday's this Sunday, and I'm making
Mhm.
myself an outfit.
Love it.
I know, right?
As you should.
As you should.
As you should.
And I was like, I could never find this outside.
Right.
And if it was something closer to it, it'd probably be like $1,000.
Literally.
I'm like, no, thank you.
How did you like FIT?
Oh shit.
That's like a big. I feel like people are either one way or the other. And
How do I like FIT?
yeah, because you know it's like a lot of people's dream school, obviously, because it's one of the best schools. And like I agree, it was a great school.
It's a great school.
But like I did not love the vibe that much.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate my education a lot. I'm glad I got it, but like I don't know.
I'm probably gonna regret saying this, but I don't know why I wasn't like, I love this school.
I was like that too. I think it also was because we were coming from Italy, where we all
Okay.
had such a great
I
experience.
was gonna tell that too because
Which that's what I always preface with. I was like, if you go from Italy to New York, it's like you're downgrading.
listen, if you want to go to FIT and you have the possibility to go to Italy,
You go.
you go
You
first
go.
you do the first year in New York and then you go to Italy.
So then it's an upgrade.
Yes, because I swear to God, when I
Yeah.
came back, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Literally, it was like everything is disgusting. It smells like pee.
It
Nobody's
smells like
nice.
shit. And
Ugh.
if you're in New York, you already know how New York is.
Yeah.
You go to Italy, you grow. You actually, I feel like it's honestly it would be so much better because New York kind of puts you on this grind and this mindset where you're like, you know, about you have to do connections and moving fast.
Yeah.
And what could I do? What could I bring back from Italy that would be amazing in New York? Right. And it's kind of funny because like we were literally in a fucking fairy tale.
We were. It was like a dream.
It was a dream.
It was such a dream.
It was such a dream. Like, honestly, I cannot even articulate it. Like, you would have to be there. Like, just, I would be in class and I would be watching the Tuscan sunset. I don't care how corny I sound.
But it was the most beautiful thing.
It was the most beautiful thing.
Oh my God. Looking out into the fields of Scandinavia.
Girl, just like, I know, right? And just like having that coffee.
Girl, oh my God, the coffee and the freaking croissants.
And the freaking croissants.
The freaking, like, cream croissants
oh my
they
God,
had there.
Croissants.
Oh my God. I think about this every day.
I know, right?
Like having coffee breaks during class.
Coffee breaks. And you know what? You guys used to always have, Natalia and her friends would always
every
have
single
them.
day I had, well, at, like, Scandice, I would have, like, their cappuccinos. But then at the actual school itself, like, they had the little vending machine.
The vending machine.
That was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I would go all the time. It was like a freaking euro to get,
it
like...
It was a euro. And you know what? I wouldn't take it because I only drink decaf. Because
I was caffeinated.
I know, right? I don't know. Like, when I moved to the States, I couldn't keep drinking caffeine. Like, normal coffee. And mind you, I'm Latina. I would drink coffee since I'm, like, fucking 5.
Literally, me too.
But I swear, it's so weird when I moved to the States. And when I was in Italy, I was so mad. I was like, fuck. Like, I wish I could enjoy this coffee. But... You know, in the school, in the cafe, they would have decaf coffee, and the girl would look at me and she'd be like, "Here she comes,
the decaf
girl," because like they hate to make decaf or like to have like non-dairy milk, like almond or whatever.
Oh my God, they were really bad about the non-dairy stuff. Thank God I wasn't lactose intolerant because I didn't care. But like everybody else had such a hard time with it.
No, it's because I would break out and I break out with dairy, so I would be like, I cannot have it, thank you.
Yeah, no, so many people from our class were like dairy
also
intolerant.
Emily. Emily.
Hey Emily.
Hi Em, if you're watching this.
Oh, I know. I need to do an episode with her too.
Oh my God, definitely.
Oh, she's killing it too.
She's amazing.
I know. Like us three just like did the same thing right after graduation, which is so fun.
It's crazy. It's true.
Yeah.
It was you, Emily, me, and who else? No one else.
Yeah, I think we're the only ones who like started a brand right after. But
yeah, I don't know. I feel like honestly, when I came back from Italy, it was like, it was crushing. Like everything was
I was literally like depressed in New York. Like I didn't like it at all.
So yeah, it was just so weird to me, and I had this. You know, it's funny because when I was in San Francisco, I wanted to move to New York, and I saw myself living in New York and loving New York, and I had come here, visited like 4 times, but it's different when I lived here for like a month before going to Italy.
I remember that.
But it was so much different because I was just like partying, so it was not
very
like
different.
Yeah, very different, and it was not like being in school and having to go to like the supermarket all the time, and just like doing errands and shit like that. But so I saw myself before moving from California here, and I came and I had an interview with like, you know, a counselor, and I was like so excited. So I sit down right now. I'm just like, I want to come here and I want to live in New York. And I was like, what are your like, you know, I don't know, like how do you say it? Like, what's the package? No.
Yeah, like what are your options?
What are your options? Yeah, and no, because I was actually transferring, so I was like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, we don't have any space in New York. And I kid you not, I started crying in front of the guy.
I would have too.
I know, I was crying, and he was like, oh, but we have space in Italy. And I was like, yeah, no. That's probably like 3 times. Yeah, I swear.
That's shocking.
I know, right? I don't know if I say this a lot, but yeah, it's true. And I was like crying, and he's like, yeah, but you can try like next semester. And I was like, next semester, no, like no, I need it now. And I was like, can you do anything? Like, is there any way, like, if someone cancels? And he's like, yeah, there's a waiting list already. So yeah, your only chance is Italy. And in my head, I was just like, I didn't even really like ask him so many questions. In my mind, I was just like, yeah, no, because first of all, probably it was 3 times more than it costed here in New York, and also the visa and all that. And like, girl, it's the same price. Like, literally, maybe it's like what? Maybe like 10 grand more, or like.
I think it was. I don't know. I don't think it was more, but I mean, housing over there was so much cheaper though.
Yeah.
So it was like so much cheaper than New York.
Yeah, true. That's true. But I don't know, there were some like fees that was more.
Because it was like all the trips that we, like the Paris
Yeah,
trip
oh
and
yeah,
the Italy trip
exactly.
and stuff like that.
That's what it was. But
but it wasn't like a ridiculous amount.
It was not. I actually think it's maybe just like $5,000 more, which is
very reasonable.
Very reasonable. I didn't even ask the guy. I didn't ask for any information about Italy. And then I went to the museum, and I was sitting down at the FIT museum, just looking at the mannequins, and I was literally crying, and I was just like, wow, like this was going to be my museum that I could come to whenever I wanted. And mind you, I never went there.
I know. I was like, I maybe went once with my parents.
I never went there.
Like, I never
shocked.
went there either.
Because I was literally being like, oh my god, like,
and you're like, we're gonna get inspired here.
Yeah,
never.
Exactly. And then I went back to California. I think 2 months passed by. And then I went to my college, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'm just gonna try for next year. Let me see my transfer papers. I didn't even see any of that because I was already like crushed. And before I was thinking about transferring, I had a fashion show in the college, which it was a contest, and it was my first fashion show. And I was like, God, if I win this, like, thank you, because they were gonna give us scholarships, and like, oh my god, it's meant to be, like, please give it to me, blah blah blah. And I remember I was watching the screen, and I was like, wow, like I really worked so hard, and if I don't win this, I know God has better plans for me. I just said that to myself, and as soon as I finished that, they said the person that was winning, which is one of my friends, Catherine, and like I was crushed. But at the same time, something inside me was like, something better is coming. And it's kind of hard to accept and understand that because like you're not seeing it in the moment.
Not at all. Like it takes time for
Girl,
it to,
if I would have won that scholarship, I wouldn't be here.
Not at all.
I wouldn't be here.
Would be making clothes.
I know.
Probably.
Probably. And I
which
swear
is
I
crazy.
was like, I wouldn't have gone to Italy. Which is
hello.
Exactly. Excuse me.
I can't believe you like rejected Italy at first.
Yeah, I did.
I applied directly to Italy.
Oh wow.
I didn't even apply to New York.
It's because this is what I'm telling you. Like I'm a very free-spirited person. Which is weird to me because, like, I was so like in this box of living in New York.
Right. I feel like everybody is when you go into like fashion. It's like, oh, you have to be in New York.
No, I just wanted to move out of San Francisco, and I came to visit my friend like a couple of times, and I was like, oh my god, like New York is wonderful. Oh my god, like I have to live here.
Yeah.
And then I remember I just thought I was taking a sabbatic year after I didn't win the scholarship. I was like, you know what? I need a break. I want to work. I want to get money. I was a little bit like, I was left with this like uncomfortable, even though deep down I was like, I know there's something better for me. I don't know when it's gonna come. I don't know why I'm taking a sabbatic year, but I had to take it, and I'm happy I did because I was just like, you know what? Let's just try Italy. Like, let me just try.
Not?
And when I applied, he was like, oh yeah, the admissions are closed. And he was like, and the guy was so nice, the guy that was helping me, which is like an angel sent from God, I swear, because he was like, you know what, let's just apply. I'm going to help you. Girl, I don't know if you remember, but you needed 3 months in advance for you to get your visa.
Yeah, you showed up late the first week.
I showed up late because
I
don't know if you know this, but I got my visa 4 hours before my flight.
Yes, I remember you came and like were like, oh my gosh, I like just got my visa, whatever.
Like it was insane.
Which
like I
crazy.
swear how like the synchronicities and how like I swear God put me to like put me to the test.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how the hell? I even had the ticket to Italy, and I didn't have my visa, and I was just like, I swear I was just like, I know I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Because when you apply to going to Italy, you have to show designs, you have to pay a fee, you have to go to meetings, and I was sending emails to the consulate of Italy, and they were like, I'm sorry, but you need a 3 months in advance appointment, and it was already August. And I was supposed to be in August 25th, I think.
It was like somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah, like in the 20s, and I moved to New York just to come and try to get an appointment the 1st of August.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's
and
crazy.
I left everything. Like I took my bags. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna go, and I need that passport because I was accepted to the thing, to like the program. So I was like, okay, if I've been accepted, I'm gonna believe in this, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it happen. So I got it, and it was wonderful. So I don't know where we got here. How we got here? About FIT.
So moral of the story, Italy's better.
So short story. I'm so sorry. I talk a lot.
So funny. No, but I don't know. I definitely would have. I don't know if I would have preferred to be in New York first and then go to Italy because I loved Italy so much, but like part of me wishes I just would have like applied to Palamoda and just stayed there.
Oh my
I thought about it after the year that we were there.
Yes.
I like seriously thought about transferring, but then I was like,
Yes.
FIT is a better named school, so I was like, I should just finish that degree, because I was also like, like it's hard to transfer credits between fashion schools, so I was like, I'd have to start over. Basically.
Girl, I started over.
Which like I know, but like you
It
know,
was horrible.
18-year-old me was like, oh, I can't start over. I'm so old.
I'm 25. She's 21.
But it's just I don't know.
I know the feeling. I thought about it.
I was like, it would have been a wasted year, which not at all, because I learned so much more in my year in Italy than I did in New York.
Definitely.
Like the professors over there were incredible.
Yeah, honestly, if I would have, you know what's crazy? Did you know about Polimola before going there?
I had kind of looked it up because I thought about just applying directly to a European school. Since I'm a European citizen, I didn't need a visa. I just went.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Which was incredible. I was like, maybe I should just go to school over there. They have great schools. I don't have the hassle of like a visa. But then I like, did my research on like better schools and stuff. And like FIT always showed up. So I was like, maybe I should apply to New York.
You can go back.
Yeah, but yeah, I know. I've thought about it so much. I could literally just move to Italy if I wanted to.
That's crazy.
I know. The temptation is bad. Really bad. But then I'm like, oh, business-wise, it makes more sense to be in the US.
It makes so much more sense.
But I would love to be back in Italy.
We'll be there in the future.
I know, it's fine.
Future.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like it's true. Like, if I would have known about Polimola, I honestly don't really care that FIT has like a better name or whatever, because just seeing, like, I have some friends from there now, and just seeing their work, I'm just so amazed.
Oh my gosh,
and it's really important when teachers show you how to actually conceptualize your ideas.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm lacking in that sector, and I'm just like, I know why. And when you don't know a lot, you need a mentor, you need someone. And I love that about Polimola. Like, they literally take the whole year for you to conceptualize your ideas and to make it. It's not like you're doing a shirt and you're doing a pant and you need to do this and that. Like, I feel like it doesn't let your ideas flow so much because you're focusing on doing one assignment and the other assignment and this and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just like that's a whole another topic. But I just think it's amazing that Polimola works that way, And I also, one of the reasons why I don't really like FIT here, that's my personal opinion, is that the culture of like people, it's like everyone is in their own world, and like
I made no friends in my year in FIT. Granted, I'm also not that social.
Yeah.
But I just didn't feel like anybody was that approachable. Because it was also like we were coming in as like sophomores, like second years, so everybody already had their friend groups. So like nobody cared to like
it's like
talk.
Honestly, I feel like the vibe from New York is like no one gives a fuck. Like
everybody's just like on their own.
Yeah,
like doing their own thing, which is fine.
I completely understand that. But I just feel like
but it's kind of cold.
It's cold, and like there's like tension. Like you can feel that tension. And I'm very sociable person, but I'm not the one that I'm gonna push you to come and talk. Like I'm not gonna push you to be my friend. Like if you wanna talk to me and like we click, perfect. But I also like putting that on the side, because I don't know if people are gonna be watching these are gonna care if they have friends or not.
Right, because some people don't, and like I didn't really care that much necessarily either.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm here for my education, and I know that.
True,
but it would be nice.
It would be nice because you're like, for all of these hours in these classes, and you want to have someone to like share ideas and talk about life, and
Yeah, especially coming from Italy where we were so close.
We were so close.
And we always had like music playing, and like we were yelling at each other from across the room. And then
eating
I went
croissants.
into eating freaking croissants together, taking like 30-minute breaks instead of like 10 minutes. And then you go to New York and nobody's talking, everyone has headphones in, and I'm like, can we just like not all vibe together?
That's
like I missed that so much. It was so fun.
It was so much fun, and we would be saying like funny things. Like even some people would be in their headphones, but they would be connected with the class. And with the people. Like it's funny. I love that you mentioned that because it's so true. And like the moment you put a foot in New York, it's like the subway, the classes, the teachers, the students, and even ourselves were victims of that. Like we're just looking at our screen.
Oh my gosh,
But when you have so much beauty around us, and like that just like automatically makes you connect more with people. You know, and I feel like I love how teachers. Oh my god, they amazing. Like seriously, the best thing, because they would love to make an actual connection with you and talk about your project. and like be like, why are you inspired about this, and like why are you making this, and the fact that they were Italian, it just made me like love them more because I'm just like, they know so much, and they're so talented, and they're like so like with this beautiful accent, and I'm just like that.
I know. It was so fun, and they were just so much more like personable. Like they cared about you. Like, not saying that the New York teachers didn't care about you, but I feel like they just had more students and like more just like you're just a student to me.
True, and I get that,
which like is understandable.
Yeah, because honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, if I was a teacher and I'm seeing like 100 students a day,
it's hard to be personal.
It's hard to be personal.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just how it is.
It is.
If you want personal,
if you want a better experience, go to Italy.
If you want a fairy tale.
Yeah, literally.
Like we had gelato almost every day. Like,
oh my god, like, the amount of weight I gained in Italy.
Girl,
and I had to like I came back home and I was probably like at least 15 pounds more than I was when I left.
I don't really know how much.
Like it's all left me at this point, but like I came home and I was like, damn, these jeans do not fit the way they used to.
Oh my god, I feel you know.
No
like,
regrets, but
when I was over there and I would look at my pictures, I'm like, okay, I'm not so fit.
I know, I was like, my face looks
really
I was
full
eating
in pasta.
This. I know, eating pasta every day, gelatos, croissants, all the things.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets at all.
No regrets.
Yeah, literally, that was the best.
That was the best. Oh.
Yeah, I know. We need to like all go over there again.
I'm emotional now.
I know. Makes me sad.
Did you have like a love story over there?
No, because I had a boyfriend.
Oh, true. Oh my god,
which I'm like so mad about sometimes. I think it was a good thing for me because I think that not that I would have been like super distracted if I had a boyfriend there, but it's like probably better that I wasn't thinking about that and I was just focused on my schoolwork and my like long distance boyfriend.
That happened to me when I moved here. I was like, life. I need to
you're just focused because you're like, oh, they're there. It's cool.
Isn't it weird how having a boyfriend makes you that? Like, you know?
Yeah.
It makes you think like, okay, why? Like, no, like I still need to go out and like, you know, interact and whatever. Exactly. And that's what I love about New York. That showed me. Yeah. New York showed me that. And I always was this girl like, oh, if I have a boyfriend, like I'm not gonna care, like I'm gonna go out and whatever. And yes, I did go out most of the time, but
you're like a little more hesitant on it.
Yeah, you're more just like you want to talk with your boyfriend and just like, oh, it's long distance and like you're trying to make it work or whatever. It's funny because I always said I was never gonna do long distance.
I was shocked when you did.
I know, right?
It was very shocking.
It was very shocking to me too.
Yeah. But you know, you gotta try it out eventually.
Yeah, I was like, now I know.
It's a good experience.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Now I know I was right.
Yeah, no, you know you're right not to do it.
Exactly.
That's so funny. Anyway, I guess we could probably end this now. I'm sure we've talked for long enough. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but
how long has this been?
I have no freaking clue. But
I had so much fun though.
I know, it's so fun to just talk.
Yeah, I feel it's so natural too.
Exactly, which I love. I like listening to podcasts that are just conversations. I hate listening to interviews. Because it just feels so like formal and just like you need to have this perfect answer, but it's just like
and I'm pretty sure I fucked up, but it's like that's the beauty of it, right?
That's the best way to do it. But anyway,
thank you.
Shout yourself out on like Instagram and stuff. How can people follow you?
Oh, okay. Wait,
give us all your handles.
Okay, so you can find me. My brand, by the way, it's pronounced Name It Tao. I don't know why I'm looking at that. I should be doing. My brand.
I've always wondered how you actually pronounce it because I like in my head I'm like name it and then I'm like how does she say AW? Does she say like what does she say?
People always ask me and it's funny because the name came out in Italy subconsciously. I had
I remember when you like first randomly said like I think this might be it.
Yeah, really? I
you like said it to me once and I was like, oh, really? I like that.
Oh, I love that. I love that you remember that.
It's so random that I remember that, but like I remember that.
Yeah. No, I just remember the first time I was doing the Instagram, but I don't remember the rest. But now that, like, when I opened like my brand, like on my Instagram, I was like, wait, this all makes sense. Yeah. Like everything makes sense, and the name it's pronounced Name It Ao. Like AW, you say Ao.
Yeah, okay.
And it's funny because everyone asks me and it's like you name it, like however you want to name it. But it's it's like this is exactly why when I decided to open my brand and just put myself out there, I was like, you name it, like doesn't matter. I don't have a degree in accessory designs. Like I am the one writing my story. Yeah. You name it. Like look, like what you're wearing, like you're choosing that. How you're doing your brands, you're choosing it for yourself. So that's like the whole background of my story and like people that wear my brand is like go-getters, people who they don't care about the rules. Anyways, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's name it AW, pronounced name it Dow. And yeah, I have my link there if you wanna.
Yeah, we'll
shop.
have it linked down below, but check it out. We love to see it.
Yes. Thank you so much for
Gosh.
having me.
Thank
I'm so
you
happy to see you.
I know. I'm so glad we could do this in
I
person.
know.
Like
It's
this
crazy.
is so fun.
I'm so honored.
I know.
And you're such a talent. So thank you, babe.
Thank you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, listening, doing all the things, and see you in the next one. Bye.
Stay fast.